Come to this happy place. Welcome.
News team, assemble!
Joining us live because if you want to know anything about the Outer Banks, Sam Walker's the dude to fill you in.
The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup in a deli.
Always appreciate talking to you.
Always good stuff with Sam Walker in the Outer Banks.
Now here's Les Nessman and the news.
Thank God it's Friday!
And good morning, everyone. It is OBX Today for today, the 24th of September, Friday morning. Yeah, glad you're along with us on this Friday. Get the weekend started, and we got a lot to get to today. Coming up, we're going to be talking with a whole bunch of folks, Terry Gray, Marie and Rick Paul, and Steve Howe, as they're getting all set for the Bear County Toy Run tomorrow. The OBX Jeep Invasion going on today and tomorrow down at the Sound Side event site in Nags Head today and tomorrow. Going to talk all about that in just a few minutes. But let's first get into a couple of the news headlines this morning. We're also going to talk about, holy cow, I blew up. Yes, I went from tropical storm to hurricane overnight. But we're going to get all to that in just a moment here on OBX Today Live. First off, North Carolina hit another grim milestone yesterday in the COVID-19 pandemic with 16,000 deaths now since the beginning of the pandemic back in March of 2020. The state did report just under 6,000 new cases of coronavirus yesterday. That's down 1,200 from a week ago. And the percentage of people testing positive for the virus and the number of people hospitalized with it are also down from yesterday or from Wednesday. So the trends are looking much better. Let's see. What else have we got here to talk about? A pair of former Appalachian State students from Dare County have been sentenced after guilty pleas to their roles in a massive drug ring at App State, UNC, and Duke. Kyle Beckner was sentenced to 18 months, Devin McDonald to 2 years in federal prison, followed by terms of supervised probation. Story we're going to get up later on today at obxtoday.com. That is about the Coastal Resources Commission. They've approved a ban on the use of artificial turf right up along the shoreline. The state has a 75-foot area of concern from all waterways, from the beaches, etc., on the coast of North Carolina. And anything inside that 75 feet comes under the purveyance of the Coastal Resources Commission, CAMA. Well, inside that 30 feet, they have now banned the use of artificial turf. Yeah, people have been using that. Corolla. We've seen quite a few places up and down the Outer Banks now and all along the coast of North Carolina starting to put artificial turf inside that 30-foot buffer. Well, the state has banned that. It's not so much concerns about the material itself. It's how it's being placed, whether it's a pervious surface. A lot of concerns there. Our friends over at Coastal Review have had a story up this week about that vote that took place last week. We're going to get that up at obxtoday.com later on today. The head of College of the Albemarle's fundraising arm is leaving. Amy Alcazar, who's been the executive director of the COA Foundation since October of 2018, announced on Wednesday she'll be returning to private business, to the insurance industry. And back to COVID-19, a new survey by AAA Travel is out saying 31% of U.S. travelers now going to purchase travel insurance for their trips that are planned between now and the end of next year, specifically due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, travel insurance is a very popular option here on the Outer Banks because folks concerned about storms and things like that, canceling their vacations. There have, of course, been issues that have come up in the past with travel insurance and with rentals properties and such because of the nature of an evacuation order. So we'll have a little bit more about that coming up at obxtoday.com this weekend. All right, let's get to the tropics. Yes, little music. We're going to do a little musical background. Oh, yeah.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam.
Okay, I'm wearing out every single possible joke out of that story. Tropical storm Sam is now Hurricane Sam. And let me pull up the latest graphics and such for you because starting to get kind of he's getting good out there. Here's the latest tropical outlook. We've only got one active storm that is now Hurricane Sam, became a hurricane last night. Got still what's left of Odette up to the top of the map there, which that's remnants still of Odette, could redevelop into a tropical system. We got a low that's out near Bermuda that actually a little area of concern. Now, we do have the front that it's going through right now. That's going to bring us, it's going to clear out and the weather's going to turn nice. I'm down in Wilmington today. It is a beautiful day outside. We still haven't seen the front clear of the Outer Banks this morning. You see our live shot there from South Nags Head showing the rain still falling. That's going to clear out here a little bit, but that front's going to come across. So Sam down here, and then there's another wave that's getting ready to come off of Africa that will bear some watching, and it's in that the Cape Verde zone, which, of course, is this time of year when everything seems to want to develop, especially in those areas. So here is the latest from the National Hurricane Center. Well, first off, here's the latest satellite image. You can see what's now Hurricane Sam starting to get better organized, starting to look better, more presentation on the satellite images. And, of course, it has now synced up in all three levels of the atmosphere and starting to intensify. The latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center has Sam staying still in the far Atlantic. It became a hurricane with a 5 a.m. advisory, but is rapidly intensifying. By Sunday, is expected to be a major hurricane of Category 3 or higher. Again, that's expected on Sunday. And the current forecast track does still keep it away from the islands. And when you look at the models for Sam, all of them pretty much are keeping it out as a fish storm, maybe coming close to Bermuda. But looking at it right now, it looks like by early next week, it'll start making a northward turn and is not expected to be a threat to land, at least some of the models. Others are kind of diverging. This one here, you can see it has it tracking, making a hard left turn and coming right in over Nag's Head. I throw that out. This is one of these where odd. You see that with these models. There's still quite a bit of spread depending on which models you look at as to its exact track, but most of them all keep it still making that northward turn the middle of next week and not being a threat except for maybe Bermuda. But still going to have to bear watching because it is going to get pretty far west before that turn happens, at least according to the latest on the hurricane models. But again, it is looking like that Sam is going to become a major hurricane. That will be the fourth this year and the fourth in the last 6 weeks that has become a major hurricane. But again, the current forecast tracks all have Hurricane Sam staying out to sea and not being a direct threat to us. We may be seeing about this time next weekend. We're probably looking for the start of some wave activity showing up here on the Outer Banks. Again, that's still, a week away before we'd even see that. So it may kick our waves up. Of course, right now what we've got going on is this onshore flow from this front. This storm system that's been kind of over us the last 3 days has brought us all the rain. The winds are going to shift out of the southeast to the north and stay that way into the weekend. Pretty little breezy day today, and then things get a little better tomorrow. As far as the winds go, they'll be dying out, but they're going to stay out of the north. And we're going to be kind of a messy couple of days here. Or at least I say messy morning anyway, and then things will calm down. Holy cow. I just saw the shot here at Jeanette's Pier. See all the people standing out there on the end? Drum bites on. Drum bites on in force, it looks like, because there's a lot of guys out there at Jeanette's Pier right now. Let's take a live shot at Avon. Pretty much looking the same thing, overcast with some light rain falling. And here's our live shot from Hatteras. Much better surf conditions, moderate risk of rip currents for the south-facing beaches this morning, Frisco, Hatteras, and Ocracoke. High risk for all the east-facing beaches, so from Corolla down to Buxton. Everybody stay out of the ocean today. Not going to be a good day to be out there anyway, at least until we get the cloud cover and the rain out of here, which is supposed to happen by midday. And it's going to turn nice weather-wise. And like I said, I'm in Wilmington right now. Not a cloud in the sky, north breeze. It's rather cool, very fallish. It looks great for the first Friday of fall down here in southeast North Carolina. Northeast North Carolina are going to look that way as we get into the afternoon. And the weather is going to perfectly change just in time for a whole lot of events that are going on the Outer Banks. And one of those is the annual Motorcycle and Jeep Toy Run from the Dare County Motorsports Charity Group. And yesterday, we got a chance to talk more about that here on OBX Today Live. And joined now by Terry Gray with the Dare County Motorsports Group, getting ready for the toy run this weekend. We're doing this on Thursday morning as they're getting all set up and ready to go. And I know the weather is not the best to do that, but it looks like it's going to be great for this weekend.
I'm hoping so. What I saw, Sam, it looked like it was going to be sunny and just beautiful Outer Banks weather. Of course, you know it changes every 5 minutes.
That's right. Exactly. So tell everybody more about what the group's all about, the toy run, and just give us the whole rundown.
Well, Sam, as you well know, we have been doing this for about 6 years now, and we started this toy run to raise money and funds to give Christmas for underprivileged kids in Dare County. We've been pretty successful at doing that. Last year, we touched about 600 kids and helped with Christmas, and it's progressed, on up to that number every year. We were very fortunate. We joined forces with the Cat 5 Jeepers, and they have helped us, swell our ranks so that we've been able to put on these different shows over at Vertigo Tattoo, the Outer Banks Bike Rally in April, and then, of course, the Toy Run that we do in September. We're going to meet at Walmart this Saturday at registration starts at 9 o'clock. We'll register up until 11 o'clock, and then we'll do kickstands up, and we'll ride from Walmart to Vertigo Tattoo. Hopefully, we're going to have about 120, 150 motorcycles and probably about 300 Jeeps. It's going to be a big event this year. As you know, the Jeep Club is putting on the Jeep Invasion down at the event site this year, and that's all under the umbrella of the Motorsports Charity Group. So those proceeds are going to be coming to us to help us buy Christmas for the kids. We are at our storage unit this morning, and I've got plenty of help. I've got my co-director, and she dressed a lot better than I did for this bad weather. And you can see she's got her rain jacket on, and I don't. But right. Marie Paul is the co-director of the Motorsports Charity Group, and she brings in the Jeep portion to us. And Marie, you want to say something about the Jeepers and the event this weekend?
I can't tell you enough how proud I am of Cat 5 Jeepers for all of the dedication and all of the hard work and labor that they've put through the last 3 months, putting this all together just to bring in as much funds as we can to make this whole event just spectacular. Everybody has just been nonstop and so dedicated to this cause, and the cause is such a great one. I mean, it's all about the kids, and that's what we constantly say to each other. We do it for the kids, and so I'm just proud to be a part of this whole event.
Usually, Sam, you wind up just talking to me. I've got a troop with me this morning. I've got some members of our board of directors. I have Chris DeCou that's with us this morning. Rich Paul, who is the president of the Cat 5 Jeep Club, and we found this guy wandering around on the street. We got Commissioner Steve House here, who's the Dare County Commissioner. It's all a big team effort that we put on, Sam, to benefit the children of Dare County, the underprivileged children, and we just put our heart and soul in it, like Marie was saying, and everybody has done such a fabulous job. We're going to be going to Vertigo Tattoo. Kickstands are up, like I said, at 11 o'clock. We're going to have a barbecue food truck over at Vertigo so that people can buy lunch once they get there. We're going to collect all the toys that will be going to the Dare Center. And, of course, the money we'll give to Sam Ballard, who's the treasurer, and he'll put it in the bank.
I'm going to go to Marie real quick because I get a chance to talk about the OBX Invasion. We actually, as funny as that, with Rich and Marie were at my house not too long ago with our friends, our mutual friends from New York. The Milburns were down and staying in our place, and we had a chance to talk about the invasion. Tell everybody a little bit more about what's going to be going on, because that's going to be starting today, Friday, and Saturday. And it's a different event than what we've seen in the past. You guys have taken this on, and really to hear about, 300 Jeeps just in the toy run alone. It seems like we're going to have a lot of Jeepage going on around on the beach this weekend.
Yes, sir, we will. But I'd like to actually bring Rich over here, because Rich is actually, him and Steve both were the whole thought of this OBX Jeep invasion. One night they just sat at a table together and said, hey, you know what, we could probably do this. And sure enough, here we are. So I'd like them to answer that question because they were the beginning of it.
I can tell you the answer to it. Rich told me, he said, Terry, he said, we're going to outnumber the motorcycles this year. We feed them every year so far, but I think just go faster.
Right. Well, Rich, tell us more about what's going to be going on with the Jeep invasion on Friday and Saturday.
All right, Friday and Saturday, we're going to have a poker run with the Jeeps. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. There's going to be bands. We have 2 bands Friday, 2 bands Saturday. Come on in, Steve. There we go. Big camera angle.
Yeah.
I got a small phone.
Got a ton of stuff set up. We have over 30 vendors for the event. Any kind of Jeep part you want, you can come down and get. That's what us Jeepers like to do, is get more parts for our Jeeps. No, it looks like it's going to be a good time. Steve?
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. And I'll tell you what, and I can't stress this enough. The Cat 5 Jeepers came together. Usually an event this size or this magnitude takes at least a year and a half to plan out. These guys have done it in 3 months. So it is just outlandish of how much the commitment the Jeepers have been on this. And we're all doing it for the kids in Dare County. Yep. And that's the main focus. Have some fun in doing it, but that's what we're looking for.
Terry, I'm going to back to you because part of what goes on isn't just the toy run itself, it's all year round trying to get ready for it, the toy run itself and raising money, but then it's getting all the toys and all the gifts together and doing the distribution. I know part of that's what you guys are out there at the storage unit today, getting the stuff that you use for the toy run. But I mean, that takes a lot. It's not just about what goes on Saturday. It's what goes on all year round. And you've got a lot of people who've contributed to that. I know there's a lot of people you want to thank that help make sure the toy run can happen because it's a year-round thing. It takes all year long for this to happen.
Well, Sam, you're exactly right. And number one, the Outer Banks business community is just such a huge player in this. We have companies like Carolina Design Realty Company that comes in and supports us big time on this. Law Tigers has come in and supported us. We just have so many people. The best thing that I can do is get Marie to show you the back of my shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Forgive the suspenders, though. Can you see it? Can you see it okay?
Yeah, we see it great. Yeah, there you go. Help them out.
There we go.
Yeah, zoom on in there a little closer, then you can kind of pan around and see everybody. I mean, that's just about everybody in the Outer Banks community. That's one thing that's great about the toy run. And again, it goes back and shows the Outer Banks at its best, as we just lost the video signal, but that's there you go. It shows what we as Outer Bankers do is we look out for each other and take care of each other when there's a need. And that's one thing that this event, the toy run's done. It's a great example of what our community is all about.
Sam, you're exactly right. And you know, you guys and the radio stations, we appreciate all the promotion that y'all do because you make sure that we're able to get out and reach people. Vertigo Tattoo, a mainstay. Brian Mervine has been a fellow that has come up to the plate and hit a home run every time we've asked him to. I always get fun to myself. I chuckle to myself when I tell people this. I asked Brian, can I do this at the this event? And he just always tells me, do whatever you want to do. You know, so he's always willing to let us use his property and so on and so forth. It's hard to name everybody, but the Outer Banks community as a whole is just fantastic. We give our proceeds to the Dare Center. And Dare County and all of the police departments have been so helpful in staging this toy run because they run the interference for us so that we can get safely to Manio. And we're just so thankful for the Dare County commissioners and all the townships. The police departments do a fantastic job for us. You can't thank everybody, Sam. I mean, it's you're going to forget somebody, but it's a great team effort for the whole county.
Terry, thanks so much for joining us this morning on OBX Today Live. Good luck. Stay dry, and it looks like it's going to be a great weekend for it. Remind everybody how they can get involved, how they can find more information online, and if they want to get in on the toy run on Saturday, there's still time to get in.
Yes, sir. If they will come to Walmart, and you can have 4 wheels or 2 wheels, it doesn't matter. Come to Walmart. Registration starts at 9 o'clock. Kickstands up, and that means we're leaving the parking lot at 11 o'clock, heading to Vertigo. You can go on Facebook, Dare County Motorcycle Jeep Toy Run. You can find all the information there. You can go to the Cat 5 Jeepers and find information there. And we have some websites as well. The OBXBikeRally.com, information on there. So you should be able to find any kind of information anywhere of those places and be able to come join and help us support the kids.
Terry, Marie, Paul, Steve, thank y'all so much for joining us this morning. Have fun and stay safe out there. All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Sam.
All right, there you go. Thanks to that whole gang for joining us yesterday to run back today here on OBX Today Live from Wilmington this morning. And see, the things are, it's kind of a mess out there up on the North Beach, but the weather's going to be perfect for the toy run, for the invasion getting underway today. The weather's going to clear right out, and it's going to turn out to be a great weekend. And we got a lot of other activities that are going on all up and down the beach this weekend. I was just going to run through a couple of those. Tomorrow at the Currituck Airport, they have their Aviation Day going on. Tomorrow, that'll be at the Currituck Airport celebrating Girls in Aviation Day. And they'll have activities going on both at the airport and the Regional Aviation Technical Training Center, part of ECSU and COA, or ECSU's complex there. That's going to be from 10 to 4 tomorrow at the Currituck Airport. Surf Loris, the annual Surf Film Festival is going on, the 10th annual edition. That wraps up tomorrow and on, or today and tomorrow, with activities today. Where we got? Let's see, where are they at today? At the aquarium tonight. There's going to be an underwater camera workshop that's going on for filmmakers and pass holders. And then Saturday, the festival closes with the award ceremony at the Dare County Arts Council, followed by the Buxton Shorts Block. That's all going on with the 10th annual Surf Loris Film Festival. Let's see, what else we got? The 12th annual Walk Against Addiction, that is tomorrow at First Light High School in Kill Devil Hills. There's a 5K that goes on starting at 8 o'clock, followed by the 1 mile walk that'll be taking place in the First Light School's campus. Vendor setup and sign-ins begin at 9. It's $10 to register for that, for the 1 mile walk, and they do have T-shirts and all available. And that's going on. They got a Facebook page. You can check that out. But all this stuff on the Things to Do page at obxtoday.com. On our real estate page, Real Estate Roundup, Carrie Pugh's got a story up this morning about an Outer Banks icon. That would be Joe Lamb Jr., who is now listed as the longest held North Carolina real estate license. Joe Lamb Jr. got his real estate license not long after the state began issuing them in 1957. And didn't think much about it, selling property in Elizabeth City. He grew from selling property in Elizabeth City to one of the largest vacation rental companies on the Outer Banks. He got a phone call from another broker down in Lumberton who thought he had the oldest real estate license in the state, but started checking and discovered the distinction actually belongs to Lamb, who has license number 1762. And that's the earliest that there are. He has the longest running real estate license. 87 years old, had his license for 63 years. Check it out on this story that Carrie P's got a little feature up on Joe Lamb Jr. at obxtoday.com and the Real Estate Roundup. All right. Boy, the sun's really starting to come out now. I'm going to close this. There we go. Having to make a little on-the-fly adjustments here with our background today, as the sun is really starting to come up now down here in Wilmington. All right, in sports, let's start with the National Football League.
And on the jet sweep, it's Trimble rumbling. 4, 3, 2, 1, left pylon, touchdown.
That's Meg Mixon with a call on WBT last night as the Carolina Panthers able to pull off a road win to go to 3-0 for the first time since they went to the Super Bowl back in 2015, 24-9 over Houston. They did lose Christian McCaffrey to a hamstring injury. No word on his status. That could be huge for the Panthers down the road just because of McCaffrey being such a key part of that offense. But Sam Darnold looking good, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns running last night. And the Panthers also did a good job of shutting down Houston rookie Davis Mills in his first career start. Sacked him 4 times, held him to 168 yards in that game. But the Panthers have allowed just 573 yards and gotten 14 sacks so far to start this 2021 NFL season. College football last night, a thriller out in Boone. App State beating Marshall 31-30. Being able to put up some points late. A 45-yard field goal with 5:45 left by Chandler Stanton was the difference. And then defense made a key stand before Nate Noel's open field running clinched a 31-30 victory before about 28,000 in Boone. It was rocking last night at Kid Brewer on the Rock. So App State keeps on rolling. They're at 3-1 now. College football tonight. You got Wake Forest traveling up to Charlottesville to take on Virginia. And that's a 7 o'clock kick on ESPN2. High school sports. The Republican leaders of the General Assembly announcing yesterday they have reached a tentative agreement on wording for a bill that would revamp how the state high school athletics are run by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Details about the bill's changes that have been made and agreed upon, that the GOP says has been agreed upon by the governor's office, the State Board of Education, and the association have not been released. They probably won't come out till next week when that bill comes out of conference. But they do say that they have reached an agreement on that. This bill, of course, came from being started. Essentially, it's a personal vendetta by a legislator down in Anson County. There's no doubt about it. Everyone that's involved in high school athletics has come out against this legislation in its earlier form. It looks like it may be scaled back a lot in terms of the changes. It was originally was going to take away authority of the association and give it to the school board, the North Carolina School Board, which doesn't want it, and change how the financing goes, all kinds of different things. But there are some provisions in there that some say are actually good for high school athletics, but for the most part, it's still not a great bill. But if the governor's office has agreed to it, that sounds like it will not get vetoed. So we'll see. High school football tonight. The Marlin Bowl is resuming. Manio at First Flight. You got the Bird Bowl between Camden and Currituck and Barco. Edenton's at Northeastern. So we got 3 big rivalry games tonight. South Creek at Perquimans, Pasquotank at Hertford County, Bertie at Tarboro. Hobgood Charter hosts Columbia, and Pungo Christian home to take on Wayne Christian. All right, the OBX Today Weather Center forecast. Like we said, we are going to be dealing with some showers. Still hanging on through the morning hours today. And then things finally die down. The front clears the area, and we're going to get some nice weather to go into the weekend with. But again, those showers hanging around today. A little breezy, then clearing out, and a high of 75 with north winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25. Partly cloudy tonight, and a low down to 65 here on the beach. 54 west of the Sounds with north winds of 15, gusts of 25. On Saturday, sunny, beautiful, high 76, north winds of 10 to 15. Clear and 64 Saturday night. Sunday, sunny and 78. Monday, back into the 80s, 83, sunny and 85 Tuesday. Wednesday, sunny, 81. Thursday, sunny and 78. So once we get the showers out here this morning, the skies clear out, and we're going to be dry, it looks like, into next, right on through the rest of the week. all weekend and into next week. Coastal marine forecast, small craft advisory pennants up with 2 to 3 foot waves in the sounds. Seas 4 to 6 feet. High risk of rip currents. Stay out of the ocean today from Corolla to Buxton. Moderate risk for the south-facing beaches, Frisco, Hatteras, and Ocracoke. Should be down to a low risk down there tomorrow, and a moderate risk on the north beaches, even though we're still going to have this onshore wind that's going to last through tonight and into tomorrow. So we may see a high risk on the north beach and the east-facing beaches down on Hatteras Island. Water temperatures, 77 Ducks, 76 Nags Head, 79 Rodanthe, 78 Avon. Oregon Inlet Fishing Center at 79. Hatteras Ferry Dock is at 80. Next tide change in Oregon Inlet's a high tide coming up at 10:45. Sunset tonight at 6:55. Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:52. And by the way, Sunday is the equinox when sunrise and sunset here will be the same time, 6:53 a.m. and 6:53 p.m. So we'll get that same amount of daylight darkness coming up on Sunday is when that takes place as the equinox hits here. Currently outside the studios in Uptown Nags Head, some light rain and 68 degrees, but like we said, that rain is pulling offshore. It'll be out of here before you know it. And that is going to do it for this edition of OBX Today Live.
Thank God it's Friday!
Yes, sir. And we will be back with you tomorrow. We're going to be back on Wednesday. We're going to take Monday and Tuesday off. I need to go down south. A little bit farther south of where I'm at. We may do some just shorties from down at the most magical place on earth, and do some things down there. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, no full shows. We'll be back on Wednesday with OBX Today Live here on Facebook, on the OBX Today Facebook page, and on the Sam Walker OBX YouTube page. Have yourself a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy it. We'll see you later.
Say 1, 2, 3, 4, all around the floor. Now everybody's gonna wrap it up, and I bet you come back for more. Say shake, shake, side to side, make your body move. Forget your blues, shake off your shoes, get right down with the groove. Everybody say. You got